I'm going to call up MD Bobby Islam, who's interviewed Jane Keibel. Okay. All right. So Bobby is actually studying applied science and computer information systems here at the college, and he's from Bangladesh. And this semester was actually extremely significant for him in his study of the Holocaust because aside from participating in this internship, he was in a class this semester that took part in a service learning project that collaborated with the Holocaust Center. And in the project, they read a book called Parallel Journeys, which is a study of a Holocaust survivor and someone that was in the Hitler Youth. And in the project, students interviewed survivors in small groups and then wrote reaction papers to their experience. And in that project, he actually interviewed Hannah Deutsch. So I wanted him to interview somebody else to get a different, a chance to hear a different perspective. So we decided to pair him with Jane. So yes, all right.
Thank you, Marcy. First of all, I want to say thank you, Dr. Arthur Plug and his staff, to give me this opportunity to meet with Jenny, who is one of the Holocaust survivors. So when I was met with Jenny, she told me her life story. She was born in Imberfeld, Germany. So her father has a departmental store. She had a nice family and they had a big apartment. And there is a big hallway, you can memorize it. They play with her sister, and sometimes her cousin come to join with us to play soccer. You can imagine it, how big hallway it was. But after Nazi come to the power in 1933, her father do not allow to do the business. And she could not go to school anymore. He got isolated from her school friends. So it was so miserable for her to accept it as a teenager. So one time her father decided to leave Europe. So his father was truly strong and determined person.
Do you have the letter that you wrote to her?
Yes.
Maybe I would love for you to maybe read that to her because I thought that was great.
I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it with you? Okay. Okay. Well, so, hearing Jane's story is a little bit unusual from some of the other survivors. What do you think you'll remember the most about meeting firsthand with a survivor?
When they was living in Germany, he had a grandmother. He was too old and blind person.
Right.
So they have only 4 visas, one for her, one for her sister, and parents for 2. But she couldn't come with them. It was so miserable.
So you remember how her grandmother couldn't come because she was blind and too old. Well, so Jane, what was it like being interviewed by Bobby? Because he has a unique perspective as well.
Yeah, it was a very interesting young man. I enjoyed him. We had a little difficulty sometimes understanding each other. And but he managed, right? But what he didn't say that my experience was a little different from the rest of the people, like in concentration camps. I was never in a concentration camp. And I think I pointed that out to you. And I was on the ship St. Louis, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. And that wasn't allowed to land in Cuba, and we had to go back to Europe. So that was the difference between almost anybody else here who was in a concentration camp.
Yeah. Great. Is anything else you want to say? Okay, wonderful. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank